Welcome to the National Wake Up Call. I'm Sandy Buadana, and today is Monday, November 5th. Welcome to the first Monday of the month, and we are calling it the No Excuse November. And we have made it much easier for you to get people started on their first challenge pack. So why should November be all about eating and shopping? Let it be about working out and getting your health back in this month. So no excuses. And of course, if you are into voting, no excuses tomorrow. So get out and get the vote out. I want to announce a winner from last week's contest. So here I go. I asked this question because, you know, Darren Ashby is always talking about a CBC and someone moves up in their second CBC. So the question was, what is a CBC and how do you get a secondary CBC? So a CBC is a coach business center. You get one the minute you sign up to be a coach. You have a coach business center. That is your business. And people open up another business center once they become a lifetime 2-star diamond. So there are multiple business centers that you can have as a coach. And now you know when Darren says they hit 5-star in their second business center or whatever, now you know what it is. So we had a winning answer from Manitoba, Canada, Shanley Stepaniak. I think I got that right. So congratulations. You're going to get some fun apparel from our Utah Prize Closet. So now I have another question today. And if you'd like to answer that question, all you have to do is watch this live Facebook National Wake Up Call and answer right here on the Facebook page. So here we go. Question number 1, coming next month. In the month of December, Energize will be available in a new size. What's that size? So we're all excited because next month, Energize is coming out in a new size. What is that size? So that is it. That is the question for the day. And I'm just going to wait until it gets to be the top of the hour and do my official welcome so that we can put this on the podcast in a little while. But anyway, we are top of the hour. Here I go. Good morning, coaches. This is your wake-up call. Today is Monday, November 5th. I've got some announcements for you that I'm going to share. Here I go. Go. Here we go. Yay. Let me get rid of my video. Here we go. November 5th, we've got announcement number 1, which is No Excuse November. Get ready for the biggest sale of the year, which is $20 off or 20 pounds off all challenge packs and completion packs, which are $150 or more. This will be going on all month long. So very exciting news. Make your mark. The final leaderboards will be available at teambeachbody.com/makeyourmark. Did you make your mark this October? You can find out how you placed on this Thursday on November 8th. So let's not forget about where you placed and congratulate everybody for making their mark. Number 3 is apparel's bestseller flash sale. The best of the best is on sale for 1 week only. Just shop select apparel styles and enjoy 30% off. Just head over to teambeachbody.com and shop now. And last but not least is Step It Up in November. If you want to reserve your Transform 20 step, because those steps are available while supplies last, you want to step it up. All you have to do is to qualify, earn at least 1 Success Club point this whole month from November 1st to November 30th. And to guarantee your step, purchase any Transform 20 product offer that includes a step, and that's between December 4th and the 11th. So if you want more information on that, that is FAQ 8220. That is it for the announcements. Now it's time for me to introduce our host today is our president of network marketing, Michael Niemand.
Hey there, how are you? Am I on, Sandy?
You are on.
I'm on. I'll never get used to this live actually having to look at me. It must be very painful for all of you, but it's a pleasure for me to be here. Jeff is, I think, sunning himself in Cabo. He is off for the week, so I am stepping in, and it is my pleasure. And I have to tell you, I am totally energized. I got to spend last weekend with our newest crop of Superstar Diamond coaches, including one Superstar 2. And it is just so motivating and inspiring to be able to sit down with these 10 women and hear what they're doing and know that, you know, while they definitely know how to have fun, I saw that on display, it is their consistency, their approach to the business that leads to their success, that continues to lead to the success, their continuing success. And so anyway, hats off to all of our newest crop of Superstar Diamonds. I hear we may have an announcement coming up. I'll hold off on that. And then the other just thing, I wanted to just one shout out, just so you know, a little behind the scenes working with Transform 20 coming up. I believe that we have cornered the market on steps. We have been searching and buying as many steps as possible, but I will say that there have been coaches that are concerned based on how quickly Pumpkin Spice Shakeology sold out, that what's going to happen if we run out of steps right away at launch. Well, we've decided that we want to make sure that our best coaches have an opportunity to get those steps. So the last little bullet that Sandy pointed out, if you sell a challenge pack in the month of November, you will be guaranteed during that period. We are going to hold off steps. And if you order and we sell out, we're going to make sure there's an opportunity for you to order your steps, your program with the steps. So I just wanted to throw that out there. November, it is no excuse November. So make sure you get those Success Club points in so that you're guaranteed your step for Transform 20. All right, enough of that. One of the best parts of the call is when we get to celebrate all of the success of our coaches moving their business. And to do that, let's bring on the man, Mr. Darren Ashby.
Thank you, Michael. Good morning. And good morning, coaches. As Michael said, this is the most exciting part of the call, aside from the great speaker that we have lined up for you today, and Michael and Sandy. So here we go. Let's jump right in. We have a great list of new Diamond coaches, and here they are. Congratulations to Kelly Aguilera, Hallie Andrews, Chris Austin from Canada, Jared Ayers from Canada in a secondary CBC, Angie Belmar, Neil Bratton, Beth Braint in a secondary CBC, Sarah Brooks and Jessica Bryson, Danielle Burns, Sheila Chartier Cowling from the UK, Sarah Serco, Kim Clapp, Carissa Culbertson, Tabitha Ebenho, Amy Eklund, Rebecca Falk Jones, Shalini Fernandez from Canada, Sebastian Fournier, Kathy Frint from Canada, Mira Garrett, Jessica Gregory, Holly Hamilton, Rachel Hill, Jake Hollister, Ryan Hunt, Kaylee Jansen, Sarah Jarzynski, Michael Jones, Amy Lee, Jessica Leva, Cynthia Lopez from Canada, Sabrina Martirino, Kristen McCoy, Sandra McMahon, Michelle Miller, Charles Navarro, Jessica Nelson, Lee Paggio, Kurt Pettit, Brittany Reed, Natalie Richards, Candace Rogers from Canada, Valerie Rowland, Ryan Roop, Caitlin Silk, Sandrika Simmons, Jessica Smith, Shara Taylor, David Trier, Brandy True, Sharon Krista, Vicente Vega, Stephanie Wayne, Allie Werner, and Pam Zanny. What a great group of new diamonds this week. Congratulations, guys. Now, our newest Star Diamond coaches for the week. Here they are, starting off with it in a secondary CBC, as Sandy was talking about, Megan Ewaldson. I think that's probably her third or fourth CBC. From Canada, Caitlin Fernley, Amy Haas, Lauren Hager, Casey Kretsch, Wanda Lockhurst, Josephine Lovaglio, in a secondary CBC, Raquel McAfee, Emily Spencer, Jerica Vaughn, and Shireen Woodward. Now, our newest two-star diamond coaches, we had two this week. Congratulations to Tara Cook and Genevieve Jaff. New three-star diamond, congratulations to Aaron Glover. And we're going to jump all the way up to our newest nine-star diamond coaches. Here they are, two of them, Meredith Gna and Ashton Thorell. All right, coaches, it is my pleasure. As Michael kind of hinted before, we have a brand new 15-star diamond coach, and she is the first superstar diamond coach from Canada. Congratulations to Team Beauty Builder and Genevieve Leclerc. Way to go, Genevieve. All right, let's move on now to our that's it for rank advancements. Let's move on to our top Success Club point earners for the week. Here they are on top of that list: Ashley Molstad, Angie Belmar, Mandy Kai, Melanie Mitro, Jess Dukes, and Karine Therian. All right, coaches, that's it for Recognition Day today. Another shout out to Genevieve Leclerc for hitting Superstar Diamond Coach. That is absolutely fantastic.
Yes, Genevieve, I can't wait to celebrate with you next year, although I'm sure we'll be celebrating all year long that incredible accomplishment. So congratulations, Genevieve. Congratulations to all the coaches whose names and Darren read. We recognize that it doesn't just happen. It takes incredible leadership. It takes dedication. It takes heart. It takes you inspiring people and motivating people and teaching people. And just congratulations. That is just, those accomplishments are something that we are so happy to be able to celebrate with you guys. And speaking of coaches that make things happen with their business, I'm really excited to have this coach on today. She has been with us for, I think, a little over 6 years now. She's a 7-star diamond in her first business center, a 2-star diamond in her second business center. She's a 3-time elite coach, 71 consecutive months in success. Legend. And she has a great topic that I think so many of you are going to get great value from this call today. Please welcome Amy Grasso. Amy, are you there?
Hi, Michael. Yes, I'm here.
Fantastic. Well, we're so excited to have you on. And in a little bit, you're going to be talking about something that I think is so important to the success of our customers. And that is, you're going to be talking about challenge groups and how to run fantastic challenge groups and get great results. But before we jump into that, maybe for people that don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself and how did it happen that you became a Team Beachbody coach?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm super excited to be here to talk to you guys all today. And yeah, as you mentioned, I've been a coach for almost 7 years now. And back at the beginning of my coaching career, I was working a full-time job. I had an almost 1-year-old baby who I just adore completely. And I had found that I was getting caught up in the day-to-day. You know, I was kind of just going through the motions at my full-time job. I was busy. I was dropping off my son in the morning at daycare, kind of working a full-time job, coming home, and, you know, I felt very unfulfilled. And so I had actually completed Insanity after my son was born. And I had a completely amazing transformation with the program. And I had been talking about Insanity, talking about Shanti, and getting so many people started with him and on their health and fitness journeys. I kind of looked at it and I said, well, why don't I just become a coach? This could be it for me, you know? And so I decided to become a coach in 2012, like I said, when my son was almost a year. And it really kind of came at the perfect time, because for those of you who have young children, you know that, you know, it's never easy dropping them off, you know, at daycare. For me, it wasn't, at least. But once they start to notice that you're leaving, it kind of, you know, it really hurt my heart. And I wanted to be able to be that mom that could be home with him. And so when I started coaching, that was my why. And he was my why. And he still continues to be my why to this day. Through consistent hard work, dedication, and not giving up when it was hard, I'm here with you today and get to speak with all of you guys.
That's awesome. Well, I know that there are a lot of people that probably can really relate to that story, have young kids, and want to find a way to spend more time with them. And we're glad that that worked out for you. And hopefully you can give some tips today on how other people can get great success running challenge groups. So why don't you just dive right in?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to talk to you guys today a little bit about what I call virtual gym. Okay. I'm going to talk about why I switched things up from the normal challenge group model, what it is and why it works for me, as well as how it runs and how it has helped my business. Okay. So back in 2015, I had been a coach for about 3 years at that point. And it was during this time of that year that, and I'll be completely open and honest and transparent here, I was starting to lose joy with my business. Okay. And, maybe it's happened to you in the past, maybe it's happening to you right now. But at that moment in my business, I had found that I was, running these monthly challenge groups, and I was bringing people in every month and taking them through, a prep week, and then 30 days of workouts and nutrition. But then at the end of that month, I would, close that group down, put them in a graduates group, and then start new. And for me, I felt like I was losing my people. I wasn't keeping them on Shakeology. I wasn't necessarily, following through with their long-term health and fitness goals. And I felt like I was letting them down, and I hated that. I decided at that moment, and actually, like I said, it was this time last year that I decided this. I decided to shut down all my groups, stop running the monthly groups, and just start one big group that would never close down, which is called my virtual gym. Okay, again, I was getting frustrated and bored with how I was running my current groups. So I decided to switch things up. And I had the power to do that because this is my business, and at any moment I had the power to change. So I felt like I was letting people down, and I didn't like that. This group then would never close. It was for all of my people so that they would have that ongoing support and accountability, not only from me, but from the other people who are coming in as well. I wanted a place to invite people to at any time, so not just at the beginning of the month. I wanted a place for people to be able to restart their journey at any time as well, and that was really, really important to me. Because I know that not all of my challengers and customers are perfect, and sometimes people fall off and they want to get back on. And I wanted to have a place where they felt comfortable doing that. I wanted a place that I was excited to post about in again. Like I said, I was going through the motions with my 30-day groups. I was kind of just, putting up the same posts every month, and I was getting bored and I was losing the excitement. Well, this group gave me that excitement again. The first thing I do every single morning is I pop out of bed and I check in with my girls. I wanted something new and fresh. And again, I wanted to find my joy in this business again. Okay. So at the time I opened it up, I didn't really realize the magnitude that it would have and what it would grow into. We are going on 3 years strong right now. And looking back, it's probably the best thing that I ever did for my business, the best thing I ever did for my coaches, and for the people who trust me as their coach. So what it is exactly and why it works for me. So over the years, this one group has evolved into more than just a group. It kind of evolved into a community and a culture and almost like a movement. It's a group of people where health and fitness was their initial focus when they came in, but we still do life together. So it goes beyond the health and fitness because, for me, I know that this is a lifestyle, and there are so many things that revolve around the programs and the products that we have. So we do, in essence, do life together. Every single day, every week, every month, we're evolving as a group together. The group feels like it's reinventing itself with new faces, new resources, new challenges, and new relationships forming. And believe it or not, I actually found more creativity as a coach doing this way, which like I said, I was going through the just random posts and the same consistent post day in and day out. And this group has really challenged me to step outside of my comfort zone and bring new each and every day. It's a place where we truly make wellness fun. We build long-lasting relationships. We get people long-lasting results, okay? And again, this format with my busy, crazy mom schedule, I have 2 babies now, so I found that it's easier to manage. And when I'm not scattered, kind of like all over multiple groups each month, I found that I can really, really focus in on the people who chose me as their coach. And it's my goal to make them feel that focus and that care. And I like to ask them questions a lot to keep them engaged. And this past week, I had asked what was keeping them engaged in the group and what did they love about this particular community. So we had some answers, and they had said unconditional support, the continued success of everyone in the group. And I think the continued success is the key point here, because like I said, with the 30-day groups, they would start and they would stop. But for me and for this, they see that continued success. The relationships and the friendships that they've made, the consistency of my daily posts. They say they wake up and they look forward to being motivated with something new every day, the excitement when new people come in. I love welcoming new girls into the circle, and the love, the downright love that is within the group.
Amy,
Yes.
I hate to interrupt your mojo, but and listening to this, I have a question. So you have the one big group, and again, you have people that have been in there for a while, and you have new people in there.
Mm-hmm.
You treat them differently, or how does that work?
With regards to bringing them into the group and how we kind of
welcome. I mean, in your content, your posts, is there anything special that you do so that the people who are just entering a group where there have been people in it for a while, that they understand the dynamics of the group coming in, or do you do anything different or not in terms of?
Yes, absolutely. And that kind of goes into the hows of this group in my virtual gym. Okay. So there's many moving parts. I could probably talk on this topic for just hours at a time, but I'm going to try to give you a couple of consistent things that I do with new people coming in, and then daily things that I do for the girls who have been in the group for a very long time. The key here is to implement behaviors and actions for myself that create trust, support, and a safe place where people feel loved and respected. So Michael, you had asked if I treat new people coming in a little bit differently. And yes, absolutely, I do, because they're new to the group. And I love to give them an introduction. So what I do is I welcome them to the group with their photo. I make sure that everybody knows that they're new. And I make sure that everyone kind of gives them a hello and a welcome. But I also have a consistent onboarding for those new people. So my group is set up as social learning. So many coaches have found social learning as a way to kind of organize materials because they can set up something called units. Within the social learning tab in the units section, I have something called Welcome New Virtual Gym Girl. Okay. So when I bring my new challengers in, I direct them to that unit. And there's a series of posts that kind of acts like a prep week, like you would normally do in a 30-day group, but it's all right there and they can access it anytime.
So just to be clear, because I'm sure 99% of people know this, but you are hosting this group on Facebook.
I do it on Facebook,
and
yes.
Leveraging the units within Facebook for that training.
Yes, absolutely.
Right. Okay, keep going. Awesome. That's great.
Okay. So one of the first posts is, expectations, which I'll talk about here in a second. There's nutritional resources for them to get started, as well as, the before measurements and setting their workout program and schedule. But in addition, I also do a getting started right call with my challengers. So many of us do getting started right calls with coaches. I also do them with my challengers just to kind of walk them through the virtual gym, because like I said, there's a lot that it entails, as well as, show them around Beachbody On Demand, introduce them to the group again, and kind of show them where to access certain resources. And I said in the new virtual gym girl unit too, I set expectations. And I think that this is very, very important, you guys, just because, when we don't set expectations for the people that we're working with, they don't know what to expect. So if they're not doing the actions and behaviors that you expect of them when you welcome them into your group, you may lose them a little bit. Okay. And that's what I have found. So I set 3 very clear expectations when people come into the group. And this again is in that new virtual gym girl unit. But I make it very clear that I expect them to post at least 1 time a day. And I don't really require them to do a sweaty selfie or a video or anything like that. I just require them to pop in, give us an update on how they're doing, maybe if they drank all their water, if they tried a new recipe. I want to see them in there at least once a day, okay? The next thing that I ask them to do is comment or post on somebody else's check-in. So whether this is a word of encouragement for Susie, who just completed her first day of Lift 4, or maybe, Sandy is struggling with, her nutrition and somebody gives her a tip to help meal prep a little bit better, I ask them to engage and interact with at least one other person, okay? And then the third thing, and this is just like a rule of life for me, is to be a good human. So don't start negativity or drama, and just be good and believe in yourself and don't give up on yourself. Okay, so those are the 3 expectations that I set. I also keep it fresh every month. So again, this is a long-term group. This is always open. It never closes. So every single month I had found that I wanted to make it, like a new experience for people. So, and it's actually funny that it's No Excuse November, because the theme of our group this month is No Excuse November. And we have a little plank challenge going on. So I changed the cover photo. And then I also changed the name of the group, which is actually decided on by the girls. So late in October, I had posted, I said, hey, you guys, like, what do you want to do? What do you want to focus on this month? They gave me all of their suggestions, and we decided on No Excuse November for the month. I also do a lot of themes. So a lot of times, they kind of tease me because I come up with just like random themes for the month. So like we did a self-love challenge. We did a gratitude challenge, and we're kind of all over the place with regards to, doing different things outside of the norm to keep people kind of, engaged and interacting. Resources is another huge thing that I do. I use the unit section again to give as much as I possibly can. We do meal plans. I have recipes. I have meal guides. I have advice. Beachbody blog value, you guys. Like the Beachbody blog articles from there is so... They're amazing. So if you haven't checked that out, totally do. I'm constantly adding value, and that value never goes away. So because it's housed in the unit section, people can access it at any time. So if we have new virtual gym girls coming in and she maybe has, kind of issues with her meal planning, or she needs some tips, I can point her to that unit to make sure that she has the resources that she needs to start her journey strong. My favorite is our recipe unit, because everybody loves food. I mean, I love food. So I love to find new recipes each and every day, add them to the unit for the girls to access for their own meal plans. And again, I have a lot of themes. I'm kind of the queen of themes, my team calls me. And I didn't realize that I had so many great ideas until I started this group, to be honest. I love having fun themes outside of the norm, and I create daily hashtags to kind of keep people engaged. So one of the things that is very, very important to me is that I am my best challenger. I post in my group every single morning before noon. If they don't see me post by noon, then they come looking for me, because they know that I have been as consistent as I possibly could be over the last 3 years. Even after I had my son, I was in my hospital bed with my baby on my chest, checking in with my group. They know that I'm consistent. And so being my best challenger is, I think, setting the precedent and the example for them to follow suit. Again, I do these fun hashtag themes every morning too, where I try to find ideas that are going to keep them engaged. And so every day I'm trying to think of another way that they can interact within the group. Excuse me. So for example, I have one of my favorites is Throwdown Thursday. So on Thursdays, we utilize that hashtag. I tag like maybe 5 or 6 girls in the group, and I challenge them to do something fun, whether it's a fitness challenge like 10 burpees, or maybe a push-up challenge, or maybe I tag them and I ask them to, shout out somebody else in the group who inspires them. That gets the girls interacting, and that gets everybody within the group kind of, engaging with one another and not just me. When I was going through some stuff as well, like, I had issues with secondary infertility. I shared openly and honestly about that every single day and every single morning that I struggled. I have a real issue with peanut butter as well. So I don't know if anybody can relate, but I, can find myself sometimes diving headfirst into a jar of peanut butter in the evening time. And the next morning I check in and I share about it, not telling them like, yeah, it's totally okay, but telling them that that is a struggle that I have. And the more that I can be real with them, and the more that I can open up about where I struggle and my vulnerabilities, you guys, that builds trust. And I feel as though when I open up, it allows them to trust me. And so they feel as though they can share the hard stuff too. And they feel supported in their journey, not thinking that I'm perfect all the time, because I'm certainly not. Okay. So how has this helped my business? This one group, how has it grown me as a coach and as a leader? Well, I have this rockin' group. It has literally over 25,000 engagements over the course of the past month. And we've been running challenge groups for so many years. So how is this different? Well, again, it's always there, you guys. And this has been something that was really, really important to me because I wanted to invite to it at all times of the month. So the doors, they open and they close where I see fit, but really my social media didn't have to change. My marketing plan didn't have to change. I had this open enrollment period, and it was kind of like I was starting a new group because I'm bringing new people in. But, if somebody comes to me outside of that window, I can still welcome them into the group and get them started right. It's the one community that gets my laser focus. I love these girls and the women within it like more than I can even explain. I make the rules, I set the expectations, I use my time and energy and efforts to focus in on one space with common missions and common goals. I have found that for me, this longevity fosters lifelong relationships with people. And it's really cool to see those relationships and those friendships begin and start within the virtual gym. And then as I see, people become friends on Facebook and they start to interact more. And I just feel as though the strength in numbers is so, so powerful and so there and apparent within this group. Inviting to it makes me excited because I know its power, okay? So we have a ton of different hashtags, like hashtag virtual gym girls, strong is one of them, hashtag sweat sisters, the You Can clan. We have all of these different things that kind of create a sense of FOMO when I talk, or fear of missing out for those of you who aren't familiar, on my social media. So, we have the programs and we have the products, and I know that they're powerful and they work so much, but having a community of people to invite to, like that people want to be a part of, has been so incredibly helpful and powerful for me. I mean, it's taken it to the next level. People want the workouts and they want the nutrition, right? But they also want the long-term support and the friendships. And I think that this group right here, for me, by staying consistent and vulnerable and serving without expecting over the years within this group, it's created a world of people who trust me and who support me as much as I support them. And what's really cool is, with the launch of Transform 20, and as we get into this, healthy holiday season, we try to kind of stay on track with one another and keep each other accountable. And we're all going to do Transform 20 when it comes out. We all just completed around a Lift 4, and it's like everybody wants to join in on the program. And it's actually gotten a lot of people re-engaged within the group as well. If there are people who have fallen off the wagon, I never kick people out. That's another thing too that I want to mention. I never kick people out. I try to re-engage them. And with programs like Transform 20 and Lift 4, Lift 4 totally engaged a whole set of people who, kind of fell off the wagon a little bit. And it was so great to be able to see that and to see them come back. My virtual gym, I feel as though it's a movement, but it's so much bigger than we are. And this is a time of year that this group started 3 years ago. And I think that a lot of times people don't have a health and fitness focus this time of year, but you guys, there are people who want to focus in on that. And there are people who need us. And now is the time, especially with that incredible sale on the challenge packs. Like, thank you, Beachbody, for giving us that, because that's going to give us a reason to invite hard to our groups. And if you have a group like this, like even the girls within the group, they're my best customers. They're the people who trust me the most. And they're going to, continue through this healthy holiday into the new year. And they're going to support the people who come in new. And, we have it. We have the fun, we have the love, and we have the intention to really make change with all of this.
Wow. Well, it's so great what you're saying, because, when I love that you describe it as a movement, because a movement is something that is alive, is engaging, and that people want to be a part of. And I think that that's so important as people are joining your groups, that like on day one, they walk into this thing that is alive and engaging. And that's got to be really powerful. I love the way that you talked about using the units and the tools so that all of your resources are organized, so that no matter when anyone joins, they could just check in and they're not sort of, in the middle of jumping in the middle of the ride and not knowing what to do. I loved that you talked about your onboarding with your new people, and that you set the expectations that, they have to post once a day, they have to comment, they have to be good humans. All of that, I can imagine, I can see the fun and trust and excitement that are in your groups. And I know as a result of that, you are getting tons of people just helping them to achieve their goals of why they started in the first time. So awesome. That there was so much packed into that call.
There's so much that goes along with all of this. Like I could talk on it for hours, but I tried to, give people a look into it, and
well, this was a perfect 20 minutes of that hour because you covered a lot, and I think people will get a lot out of it. But just before we close out, so you've been a coach for a little over 6 years. You told us sort of why you became a coach. Tell us a little bit about how your life has changed as a result of making that decision.
Oh goodness. So Beachbody's changed my life in so many ways. I can't even begin to explain or tell you, how much of an impact it's made. At the top of my call, I talked about trying to, wanting to be home with my son and wanting to see his moments and his milestones. And, a time comes where I can remember, he was about 14 months old and he took his first steps, but I wasn't there for it, and that really took a pull on my heart. And one of the reasons that I became a coach, one of my main reasons was because I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I wanted to be present, and I wanted to be present for him and my future kids. And now I have a 15-month-old. And when he was 10 months, he took his first steps and he took them to me, and I was there for that. And I was able to experience that. And I'm able to be with my kids. I'm able to drop my 7-year-old off at school. He's 7 now, which is crazy. I'm able to pick him up. I'm able to hear my son, work on his words, and I can teach him things and I can be present. And, there's nothing more in this world than I wanted than to be with my kids, and Beachbody's given me that. Again, there are so many other things like the community, the people. I've met some of my best friends in this business, but the time freedom, the time with my family, and being there for every single moment, that's what means the most.
That's great. I did tell Amy in advance that she got extra points if she teared up. But
I always tear up.
Anyway, but obviously we can see how important that is to you and your family, that your family is to you, and we're glad that we could be a little part of helping that come true. Although I would say a lot of that is you. And what you've done. And so anyway, thank you so much, Amy, for being on the call. It was really great stuff.
Thank you.
And I'll turn it back over to you, Sandy.
Oh, yay. I'm still tearing up over that. Amy, fantastic job. And now you got me so interested in getting some peanut butter. So I have a little affirmation card. If you don't like it, change it. That is exactly what Amy did. Her challenge groups were not getting the engagement, the joy, the motivation, and she changed it up, and it's working for her and it's working for others. So happy Monday, everybody. Make those changes. I want to mention that I'm seeing so many comments on Facebook. So Amy's going to go into that Coach 411 page, and she can answer some of those specific questions about her virtual gym, because it seems to have struck a good chord with everybody today. So thanks for watching. We'll see you here next week. Bye-bye.